Let's go.
Alright guys, you've seen the shot, you want to know how to do it, you want to impress your friends with these sick clips and these amazing plays. So let's get right into it. I'm going to teach you guys how to perform this shot. Let's get into it, guys. This is one of my most requested videos ever on my TikTok, the backspin drop. Before the video starts, please like, subscribe, and share, or maybe don't share if you want to keep this a secret. It really helped me out, and I do appreciate it. Starting off, there are a few things you want to consider before you decide to do this shot, because you can't do this every time. Realistically, I wish I could 21-0 every time, but you can't do this every time. First thing you're going to want to consider is where the set is around the net. Obviously, if the set is right over the center, that's pretty easy to do the backspin drop with. However, if the set is all the way out here, you're gonna have a really hard time getting that on the net and back off this way. So you wanna make sure the set is over the net somewhere, but not too far over this way, but the only way you can hit it is backwards. Reason being is, one, if the ball is set over here, the defense is gonna read that and go to the opposite side. And number two, if you're playing at the more competitive levels with the no-hit zone, you're gonna be having to stand all the way out here, and reaching over the net all the way over there is kind of tough if you're small like me. So the prime set is gonna come somewhere in this third of the net, this back pocket area. It's gonna be perfect. You're gonna be able to fool the defense in thinking you're gonna hit this way and really spin it back towards you, as well as you're also gonna be able to reach the ball on this side of the net from outside the no-hit zone, and you're gonna be able to actually perform the shot. Second thing we have to look at is the spin of the ball. Obviously, this shot relies heavily on the spin, and you have to create a lot of spin for this to work. So if the ball is spinning this way, the opposite way, it's going to be very hard to create the opposite spin on that ball. Alright, so now we know the ball is coming in the right area of the net. We know that there's no bad spin on it. That's going to stop us from doing this well. So the next thing is actually hitting the ball. First thing, we're going to work from the ground up. You're going to want to set your feet if you're playing with the no-hit zone. Obviously, you're going to be outside that no-hit zone area. Set your feet about shoulder width. Is going to give you a sturdy base that you can actually get the movement you need. Be on your toes. Obviously, you never want to be flat, because if the ball ever moves unexpectedly, you're not going to be able to get there. You're going to be slow. So you're on your toes. You're like this. Next thing, you're going to get low. You're not going to be hitting the ball all the way up here, because trying to get that amount of spin from up here is almost impossible. You're going to want to hit the ball almost when it's right at the net. So you're gonna need to bend your knees, again, get that sturdy formation, and get all the way down low with the ball and the net. Now, the last thing is your swing. When you're swinging, you're gonna have your whole body be in one fluid motion. You're gonna come down and up with the ball, just like that. You're gonna take your whole shoulder and you're gonna be coming under it, almost scooping like that, okay? Next thing is your hand positioning. Surprisingly enough, you're not going to want to cup your hand at all. You're going to want to flatten it out completely, and you're only going to be using this back palm part of the hand to hit the ball. It might sound weird because with the cut serve and all the other spin moves in the game, you're basically wanting to grab the ball for a second. But with this one, you're going to want to have your hand completely flat, so when you scoop, it's just barely hitting, and you're going to get that maximum spin. Now, the finishing touch is just putting it all together, and this is definitely going to come with practice. You're obviously going to have to work at this and get the timing down, the form down, just get everything into rhythm for you, and that's when you're really going to be seeing success consistently. So, I'm going to try to replicate a set off the wall here. I'm going to try to get some live action spin hits for you. And the last thing that I didn't actually talk about is finishing through, because generally when you're hitting this ball, you don't have to move much. You might have to take a few shuffle, quick steps to get in place for where the set's coming. But after you hit this ball, most times my follow through is just take a simple step back, take a few quick shuffles, and then you can step off of the no-hit zone, just making sure you don't fall in. Because generally when you hit this ball, you're kind of just leaning over. You're on your toes though, and then you can just take a quick step back, regain your balance, and then just walk it off. But I think that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you learned something. If you have any more questions, make sure to drop them down in the comments so suggestions on what you want to see next. Make sure to share this with a friend, or don't if you want to keep it a secret and just impress them at your next pickup. But either way, guys, go ahead and have a great rest of your day, and remember, sub for spike ball. That was perfect.